The first new feature is a modernized meeting details in OneNote. So I'm on the Home tab here, and over on the right there's this meeting details button, and that's been there for years, but now there are a couple of nice updates. So I'll click this, and it opens up the pane, and just like before, you can select any day you want in the calendar, and it will read your Outlook automatically. So in this case, I've just got a couple of things. I've got my TPS report status meeting, and this is actually created with Teams. One of the improvements is some of the Teams integration with meetings, and this is really nice. So I'm going to select this meeting right here, and it pulls in. This looks pretty similar to the past, but one of the nice updates is you're going to see Loop collaborative notes. Because this is a Teams meeting and Teams supports Loop, automatically this is right in here. Now this is before the meeting has started, and I'm going to show what happens after the meeting and some of the improvements. But automatically you can see that it pulls in the Loop collaborative notes because this is a Teams meeting. And it has the participants, and if there were attachments, they would be here just like in the past. And I can take notes during the meeting. So just like before, if I go into the meeting, I'm taking notes, that will stay just like it is. But what we're going to do now is go into the Teams meeting and start it up, do a very quick meeting, and then see how this integrates back into the new meeting details in OneNote. So here I am in Teams. I'm going to open up my TPS status report meeting and click Join. Join now. Now I'm here in Teams. You can see that the Notes pane is opened up. I have all the other things like before, and we're going to assume that people have joined in. Now first off, I will click More and choose Record and Transcribe, and then Start Recording, and this will also start up the transcription. We'll confirm. Okay, now it's recording the transcription and everything I say. You can see here the transcript is on the right. If I'm talking about TPS reports, all of that good stuff will be captured automatically. Now we're going to go into Notes. Now we have the agenda, so maybe I'm going to add the agenda topics, all my nice TPS report agenda items, and we're going to have the notes and some follow-up tasks. And it looks like I got assigned both of those follow-up tasks. Okay, so our meeting is done. I'll go up here, drop this down, and choose End Meeting to force the end of the meeting and the recording and everything else. Now I'm here in OneNote, and what I'm going to do is there's this button in the lower right. It says Refresh All on this page. Now I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to confirm yes to update all, and also anything about my meeting notes will not be changed. Okay, now look what happened. We have a new recordings expanded thing. So now I've got the stream recording, and if I want to go and watch the recording and check out the transcript, I can click here. That takes me right into stream. I can check out the transcript. Everything is right there. So that's really nice that that's integrated. I can also watch this live embedded in OneNote. So click play. You can see here the transcript. There we go. I've got that embedded meeting notes right here. Now also the Loop collaborative notes. If I expand this, you can see that all of those Loop notes that I was taking during the meeting, they show up right there embedded in OneNote. So I've got my 2 tasks here, the meeting notes, the agenda, all that good stuff. And then it doesn't do anything to the notes that were already listed. So it only updates these chunks right here. And you can expand and collapse them really easily. For Mac and iPad OneNote users, this is in the insider rings right now. It's fully rolled out for the Windows users. The second new feature is support for Eyedropper in ink pens in OneNote. So I'm going to go over to the Draw tab right here, and I'm going to add a new pen. And I'm just going to choose Pen. And there's this new option, Eyedropper. So this allows me to create a pen for any color I want. So I'll click this, and I have the beautiful Bill Lumbergh blue shirt. I want to get the exact color. So there we go. I clicked on his blue shirt, and it's added a nice blue pen up here. So I'm going to make it nice and fat. And now when I draw with this pen, I get the beautiful shade of Bill Lumbergh shirt. So you can choose any color of the rainbow by using that eyedropper. The third new feature is improvements to both PDF and image with ink on top. So I've printed out a PDF file right here onto the page, and I'm going to switch pens to my red pen, and this is a PDF image that's been printed. So if I ink on top of that, historically, the ink would not stick with it when I moved it. I'll go to Selection here. I'm just going to click on the picture, and when I move it, the ink stays along with that printed out PDF image. If I resize it, that also stays the same. I can move it up here. If I just want to click once on that ink, I can still select it and move it off, move back on. Now it's stuck again, and then I can move this wherever I want. So nice improvements to images that are printed out, and that can work with PDFs or documents or PowerPoints that you print. And again, you do that by Insert File Printout right there. This also works with photo images. So I've pasted a photo of Bill Lumbergh right here. I'm going to click on the highlighter pen, and we're just going to scribble right on top of him. Now I'll click select, click on the picture and drag it, same thing, size it, same thing. So the ink and the highlighting in the image all stick together automatically, and you can still click and move those directly off if you want as well. The fourth new feature is also with ink, and there are 2 new pen types that have been added to the Draw tab here. So the first one is a fountain pen. So I'm going to click on the fountain pen, and you can change the size and thickness. Maybe you want to make it a little bit thin. And it's a nice fountain pen. So if I'm writing my name, I'm going to sign it. It looks super fancy here. Wow, look at that fountain pen. And similarly, we have a brush pen. So for those of you that are really nice inkers, if you have students that love the detailed touch, in this case, I'm going to choose a bit bigger thickness, and we're going to go try out the brush pen. Here, we'll write out brush really nicely. So a couple of new pen types for you to experiment with. The 5th new feature is straightening out your ink. So maybe I've got lined paper. This is great if you're taking ink notes. I'm going to choose lasso select, and I'm just going to circle my name right here. Now I want to make Mike be a little more aligned to the actual horizontal lines. You can either tap on your selection or right click, and I'm going to get a straighten option. And what's going to happen is it's going to straighten that and look a lot nicer on the page. So if you have, I'm a left-hander, for example, you're here taking notes and you're inking, you're sort of going down the page at an angle, you can select all of your notes when you're done and say straighten, and it can align all of those inked notes that you took. If you want to keep up with all the latest Microsoft updates and tips and tricks, subscribe to my channel and then just ring the bell so you get all the latest videos that I post.